My wife tried to leave me for her boss, but my revenge ruined her. Reddit cheating stories. I'll never forget the night it all came crashing down. You know that feeling when your stomach drops, your hands shake, and you realize the life you thought you had was nothing but an illusion. That was me, sitting in my own living room, holding the phone that exposed everything. For 12 years, I thought my wife, Claire, and I had built something unbreakable. We met in college, fell in love fast, and made promises we swore we'd never break. Together, we raised our son, Ethan, who was 10 years old and the light of my life. I worked long hours as a project manager while Claire pursued a career in marketing. She was ambitious, passionate, and always talking about making it big one day. I supported her dreams, even when it meant sacrificing my own comfort to make sure she had what she needed. But dreams can be dangerous when they blind someone to loyalty. It started with subtle changes. She began working late more often, saying her boss, Richard, demanded her presence for after-hours meetings. At first, I didn't think much of it, I trusted her. But then came the expensive dresses, the new perfume, the way she carried herself differently. And worst of all, the way she started treating me, like I was invisible. One night, after she fell asleep, her phone buzzed on the nightstand. I never went through her things. But something inside me told me to look. And there it was, the message that shattered my world. Greater than, I can't wait until you finally leave him. Imagine us in Paris next month, just you and me, no more sneaking around. Her boss. Richard. The man she praised constantly at dinner, the man she claimed was, like a mentor. My wife wasn't just having an affair, she was planning to leave me for him. At that moment, I felt broken. Betrayed. But as I sat there staring at those words, I realized something, she didn't just want to leave me. She wanted to humiliate me, discard me like I was nothing. And that, I couldn't allow. I wasn't going to scream. I wasn't going to beg. I wasn't going to play the victim. Instead, I was going to take everything she valued most, her reputation, her career, and the future she thought she was trading me in for. The next morning, I acted normal. I kissed her on the cheek before work, packed Ethan's lunch, and pretended like nothing was wrong. Inside, though, I was planning. I gathered every message, every email, every picture I could find between her and Richard. I wasn't just saving them for myself, I was building a case. Over the next few weeks, I played along. She thought she was being clever, sneaking off for late-night projects and weekend conferences. I made sure to keep records of every lie. I even hired a private investigator, who handed me undeniable proof. Pictures of Claire and Richard sneaking into hotels, holding hands, and kissing in parking lots. Now I had the ammo. But revenge isn't just about striking back, it's about timing. The company Claire worked for was preparing for its biggest event of the year, a corporate gala where promotions and new projects were announced. Richard was set to be recognized for his leadership, and Claire was practically glowing about her special role in the presentation. She had no idea that I planned to be there too. The night of the gala, I dressed sharply and walked in with confidence. Claire's smile dropped the second she saw me, but before she could pull me aside, the CEO began his opening remarks. When Richard was invited to the stage to give his speech, I struck. With the help of a friend in IT, who wasn't too fond of Richard either, I had arranged for the projector to switch slides mid-speech. Instead of his corporate presentation, the entire screen filled with a photo of Richard and Claire in a compromising position at a hotel. Gasps echoed through the room. Then came screenshots of their text messages, each one more damning than the last. Claire froze in horror. Richard's face turned white as a sheet. The CEO ended the presentation immediately, and chaos erupted. Within minutes, security escorted Richard out. Claire tried to follow him, but everyone saw her for what she was, an unfaithful wife, a liar, and a woman who had betrayed not just me, but the company that trusted her. By the next morning, Richard was fired, and Claire was suspended pending investigation. Word spread fast, and soon, she was a pariah in her own professional circle. At home, she tried to cry her way back into my good graces. She swore it was just a mistake, that she didn't mean to hurt me, and that she still loved me. But I didn't buy it. You don't plan to leave your husband for months and call it a mistake. I filed for divorce, using every shred of evidence I had. The court sided with me, granting me full custody of Ethan after it became clear that Claire's choices put her stability into question. She lost not only her job but also the future she thought she'd have with Richard, who, by the way, left her the moment his career went up in flames. Today, life looks very different. Ethan and I live peacefully, free from lies and betrayal. It hasn't been easy. I had nights where the loneliness ate me alive, but I've learned something important. Sometimes the people you sacrifice everything for are the ones who will betray you the deepest. But betrayal doesn't have to destroy you. If you stay calm, if you stay smart, you can turn pain into power. Claire thought she'd ruin me by leaving for her boss. Instead, I ruined the very fantasy she built her life around. And I walked away stronger.